Welcome to Mlc Tv News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the Confluence State of Nigeria. I am Fatima Yakub. The headlines: Vice President OSINBAJO visit BORNO, commissions development projects. INEC redeploy staff ahead of 2023, says none to serve in states of origin. 20 billion naira KOGI bailout fund, Sterling Bank boss QUIZZ, and German football to observe minute silence for Ukraine. Now, the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari has said that his regime is tackling insurgency in the northeast and parts of the north central with full force. He said that his government will continue to cooperate with the affected states to confront the challenges head-on. Special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, disclosed this in a statement made available to journalists. Buhari, who was on a two-day state visit to Nasarawa State, said during a state dinner in his honor, after inaugurating 6 strategic projects executed by the state and federal government in Lafia, the capital of Nasarawa State. They include the Lafia Cargo Airport in Kwandere, modern bus terminal in Bukan City, vocational and skills acquisition center, and the Shing Bakini Abdullahi Kilema Road executed by the state government. The federal government projects also commissioned by the president on the first day of his visit are 330 kVA Akuba Power Substation and the Central Bank of Nigeria complex opposite Lafia Township Stadium, reassuring Nigerians of his regime's commitment to intensify efforts at securing lives and property. The president said the insurgency in the northwest and parts of north central is being tackled with full force. We shall continue to cooperate with the affected states to confront the challenges head-on. Buhari was received by Governor Sule alongside Governors Yahya Bello Kogi, Abubakar Bagudu Kebbi, Simon Lalong Plateau, and Deputy Governor Benue State, Benson Abonu, and the Ebonyi counterparts. The Vice President, Yemi OSINBAJO, has commissioned various development facilities and initiatives in BORNO State as part of activities lined up for his one-day official visit to the state. The Vice President kicked off with the launch of the 30th edition of the federal government's Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Clinic and allows more than 100 business owners to showcase their products for both local consumption and export. He also commissioned 4 out of over 500 projects executed by BORNO State Governor Babagana Zulum, which include the newly built medical doctors' quarters, which comprises 78 units of 3-bedroom apartments, 13 blocks of 2-story buildings with 6 apartments per block. It also made provision for sporting activities and playground. The Vice President also commissioned a shopping complex with 78 shops built for operators of small and medium businesses. OSINBAJO paid a visit to the Northeast Children Learning Center, which is a donor-funded primary to secondary school institutions, privately initiated by the Vice President in March 2017 during his 60th birthday, to provide homes, education and entrepreneurship skills to 1,500 children orphans caused by insurgency across the Northeast. Senior secondary school named after one of BORNO's foremost personalities, late May Deribe, with 30 classrooms for at least 1,200 students, 3 laboratories, administrative block, and sporting facilities was part of the projects commissioned by the Vice President. After the commissioning, OSINBAJO paid a courtesy visit to the Sheikh of BORNO, Abubakar Ibn Umar Garbai Al-Amin El Kanemi, who welcomed him. Sheikh Abubakar appreciated and commended the present administration of President Muhammadu Buhari for its support towards the restoration of lasting peace to BORNO and Northeast sub-region. The royal father called for restoration of all exploration in Chad Basin, as doing so will restore livelihoods. The Vice President commended Governor Zulum for the encouragement he is giving to Nigerians and the political class through his good works in the state. The federal government of Nigeria has arranged a special flight operation to evacuate Nigerians from Ukraine in view of the escalating tension between the country and Russia. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyema, in an interview with NTA said the Nigerian embassy in Kiev has been contacted to arrange those wishing to return home from other areas including Donetsk and Luhansk. Nigerians are assured that the ministry is following the events in the country and they will do everything for the safety of Nigerians in Ukraine, particularly students. KOGI State Governor Yahya Bello has been commended for his support to the KOGI State Ministry of Information and Communications. The retiring permanent secretary of the ministry, Peter Ojo Steven, made a commendation during his valedictory service and handing over ceremony in his office in Lokoja. Stephen appreciated God for enabling him to retire successfully and thanking Governor Bello for giving him the opportunity to serve, adding that many started but could not reach their retirement due to various reasons. He commended the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo, for releasing money for equipping the offices with modern furniture, electronics, and electrical gadgets, appealing to all staff to be loyal to the incoming permanent secretary and comply with circulars, schemes of services, and sanctity of the civil service. Responding, the new acting permanent secretary, Boniface KOGI, described Stephen as a technocrat who came to reorganize the ministry with the support of the commissioner, pointing out that every department activity has been properly documented and commended him for being a problem solver and an achiever par excellence, promising to work for the progress of the ministry. Former head of state Yakubu Gowon has charged youths to shun violence and be advocate of peace and nation building. Gowon gave the charge at the National Peace Summit and Awards 2022 with the theme, The Mechanism of Sacrifices and Compromise in Nation Building and Pursuit of Peace for the Emerging New Nigeria in Lagos. Gowon urged Nigerian youth to rise up to the challenge of nation building and channel their energy positively. He also called on government to create an enabling environment for youth, saying, in a society where majority are youths, he believes it is important that the government has plans for them by having an enabling environment and put in place policies that will keep them engaged. Samuel Uche, the prelate of Methodist Church, Nigeria, has urged Nigerians to be tolerant to one another, especially with people of different religious beliefs. Professor Chris Nwanne, Chaplain General, Divine Institute of Chaplaincy Corps International, said the time has come for everyone to play an active role in nation building. The founder of African Youth Initiative on Crime and Prevention noted that it was necessary to get youths involved in nation building in order to pursue their agenda in nation building. Solomon Adodo, the President, National Youth Council of Nigeria, also called on government to tour the path of peace in governance. Sani Damwataka, Chairman, Northern Nigeria Youth Organization, said nation building involved all and sundry for a better Nigeria. He said all his life he has lived in Lagos. He has his parents and he's raising his children in Lagos too. So he is a Nigerian irrespective of his other affiliation. Chief Aduni Udu, one of the awardees, called on the youth to take their rightful place in the society and go all out to prove their mettle. Apostle Chuks Alozie, the National Coordinator of National Peace Summit and Awards, applauded all the speakers at the event for their passion for a better Nigeria. We'll go on a short break. We'll be right back.
They say is the bedrock of the society. It is everything. Everyone needs a house to live in, but a supportive family is what builds a happy and a successful home. It is Family Affairs on Mlc TV every Saturday by 7 p.m. Join Balagdubu Janet as she takes you on an exclusive interview with guests, marriage counselors, doctors, and many more, where they get to share their experiences, and together we build the society at large. To subscribe to our YouTube channel, log on to Mlc TV or like our Facebook page, Mlc TV. You can also follow us on Instagram at Mlc TV 2021. For adverts and sponsorship, call the numbers displayed on your screen. It's Family Affairs, where we discuss family matters. Coming your way soon on Mlc TV.
Welcome back. On politics, the Independent National Electoral Commission has redeployed 186 staff ahead of the 2023 elections. Among the affected officials were 46 heads of departments either served in their state of origin or have served for between 10 to 32 years in the same state. INEC National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, said this in a statement in Abuja. According to him, the exercise was to ensure efficient and optimal performance. Okoye described the situation where some officials are found serving in their states of origin as unhealthy for the sensitive responsibilities they discharge. He said, in line with the Commission existing posting policy, henceforth no head of department or electoral officer shall serve in his or her state of origin. Furthermore, no staff shall serve for more than 2 electoral circles in the same duty post. Consequently, the Commission has identified 186 staff for immediate redeployment. Among them are 46 head of departments who either serving in their states of origin or served for more than 2 electoral cycles in the same state, as well as 140 EOS serving in their states of origin or served for more than 2 electoral cycles in the same state. The redeployed staff are to complete the handing and taking over not later than Wednesday, March 9, 2022. This will be an ongoing exercise that will extend to other categories of staff in the Commission's headquarters, state and local government offices nationwide. A former Commissioner for Works and Transportation in Ekiti State, Fumilayo Ogun, has rejected the nomination for the position of Deputy Governor in the upcoming gubernatorial election in the state. Ogun, who was Commissioner during Ayo Fayoshe's administration and the State Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, said she rejected the nomination for personal reasons and urged the party to nominate a fresh candidate. She made this known in a statement titled Ekiti 2022. She said, "My nomination as deputy governorship candidate." The statement read in part, "This is to formally inform you that I am not unaware of my nomination by Ekiti stakeholders for the position of a deputy governorship candidate in the 18th June 2022 gubernatorial election." The ex-commissioner added that another candidate should be approached for a fresh nomination. Meanwhile, the immediate past chairman of the party, Bisi Kolawole, had been declared the party's governorship candidate for the poll. The Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, has said he is not nursing any ambitions in the 2023 election. He also stated that he would support any candidate who emerged from his party's zoning structure, even if the candidate was from the south. El-Rufai said this during the weekly ministerial press briefing organized by the Presidential Communications team at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Fielding questions from State House correspondents, he said he has zero ambition, he just wants to finish his job, get on with his private life, write another book and make tons of money. The largest amount of money he ever got in his life was from writing accidental public servant. Asked if he would support a Southwest candidate, the former FCT minister said he will support any APC candidate if he is satisfied. He will do the best for Nigeria. It doesn't matter whether he is from Southwest, Southeast, South-South, APC is what matters. And on crime, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has interrogated the Chief Executive Officer of Sterling Bank PLC, Abubakar Suleiman, and 2 other top officials of the organization over the controversial 20 billion naira said to belong to KOGI state government. It will be recalled that the Federal Anti-Graft Agency in August 2021 said that it had credible intelligence that funds suspected to be proceeds of unlawful activities were in an account domiciled in Sterling Bank PLC with the name of KOGI State Salary Account and account number 0073572696. The money was a bailout fund to the state meant to pay workers' salary, but allegedly diverted to an interest-yielding account. The state government, however, denied the allegation. However, the EFCC insisted that the diverted money had been recovered and transferred to the Central Bank of Nigeria, a transaction reportedly acknowledged by the Apex Bank. Even though the money is in the CBN coffers, the KOGI state government has continued to insist that it neither authorized the opening nor operated the bank account, an assertion confirmed by Sterling Bank. There is, therefore, no hidden bailout fund loan belonging to KOGI State that is capable of being returned to the CBN or frozen by order of court. The EFCC knows this, which is why it withdrew the suit it filed in court on the bailout fund. The KOGI State House of Assembly had also summoned the CEO of the bank to appear before it in person for clarification on the 20 billion naira bailout fund. However, Sterling Bank had admitted that the KOGI State bailout account exists in its record and categorized under the account type Intervention Fund, even though it was not opened by the state government or at its instance. According to an inside source, rising from this development, the EFCC invited and interrogated the Sterling Bank boss alongside 2 other officials of the bank for several hours to get to the true picture of the circumstances around the said account. The bank's MD and other officials were released after intense interrogation, and they were to return anytime the EFCC needed them on the matter. It was gathered that the bank CEO has made a useful statement to the commission while the investigation is still on. Speaking further, the source said, if the bank says the account was not opened and operated by the KOGI state government, then something is fishy and the bank must answer to it. Who authorized the opening of the fixed deposit account and when? Who, where? was the signature to the account, how much had been withdrawn from the account since 2019, and who is keeping the 666.7 million naira which made up the balance of 20 billion naira initially said to be deposited into the bailout account. These are some of the questions the EFCC is trying to unravel. From the foreign desk, at least 18 people were killed after airstrike hit military base in Ukraine's Black Sea port of Odessa as Russia carried out military operations against Ukraine on Thursday. 137 people were reported killed on the first day of fierce bombing by Russian forces as its forces bombed strategic air bases in Ukraine. Reports said Russian paratroopers took control of the Gostomel airfield even as Russian ground forces moved from all directions towards Ukraine. Russian forces had moved on Ukraine at daybreak on Thursday after Putin declared he had ordered military operations on Ukraine, and within minutes explosions could be heard across Ukraine, including capital Kiev, as air raid sirens rang out and President Zelensky announced martial law to be imposed in the country. Underground shelters include metro stations have been converted into bombing shelters. Russia's defense military had said it won't target Ukraine cities with missiles. However, it continued to shell several key areas, including Ukraine's air bases. Reports claimed Ukrainian refugees began arriving in Hungary and Romania. At least 14 people were killed after Ukraine's military plane crashed in Kiev, even as Russia continued its bombing attacks in eastern Ukraine, targeting the village of Starognativka with missiles. Reports claimed Russian tanks crossed the border from the northern region, including from the Crimea region where Russian forces had amassed for months.
Local government and you, a program designed to take you to every nook and cranny of any local government areas of the country, Nigeria. Through the program, we shall inform you of their activities, policies, people, and administration. And through your digital devices, we shall be reaching you because it promises to be insightful, educating, and informing. We are not only going to talk about the achievements of local government chairmen or administration, but also to touchlight some of the areas that needed improvement. I am Matthias Ayodeji Peter. Join me every Friday by 9 p.m. as I bring the local government to your doorsteps. Coming soon on Mlc TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc TV, now to be the first to get our notification as soon as we launch it. Don't miss it.
And on sports, Bundesliga and second division club will have a minute of silence to indicate peace and sympathy with Ukraine ahead of weekend matches. The league, DFL, they condemned the attack on Ukraine and on the lives and homes of innocent people. The DFL said in a second statement, as after condemning Russia's invasion of Ukraine in the strongest possible terms, the DFL said on Twitter that war in any form is unacceptable and incompatible with the values of sport. The DFL said it was in contact with other national and international federations. Similar sentiments have been expressed by the German Olympic Sport Confederation, DOSB. Barcelona's January signing shown as a 4-2 win at Napoli booked their place in the Europa League last 16, while Rangers held off a Borussia Dortmund fight back to progress after a 2-2 draw in Glasgow. For the first time in 17 years, Barca are not involved in the knockout stages of the Champions League and had work to do in Italy after a 1-1 draw at the Camp Nou last week. Rangers made it through to the last 16 for the second consecutive season with a thrilling 6-4 aggregate win over the German giants. Zenit St. Petersburg bowled out 3-2 on aggregate to Real Betis after a 0-0 draw in Spain, which was overshadowed by the backdrop of Russia's military invasion of Ukraine. St. Petersburg is expected to be stripped of hosting the Champions League final on Friday, and there have been calls for UEFA to expel Russian sides from European competition. Sixth-time winner Sevilla needed to see out a Navy final 25 minutes as the Spaniards progressed 3-2 on aggregate despite a 1-0 defeat to Dinamo Zagreb. Real Sociedad were well beaten 3-1 at home by RB Leipzig to bow out 5-3 on aggregate. Porto beat Lazio 4-3 on aggregate after a 2-2 draw in Rome, while Atlanta were convincing 3-0 winners in Greece to see off Olympiacos 5-1 on aggregate. Russian city St. Petersburg has been stripped the rights to host the 2021-2022 Champions League final. Paris, the French capital, has been chosen as the new host. A statement released on Friday says UEFA wishes to express its thanks and appreciation to French Republic President Emmanuel Macron for his personal support and commitment to have European club football's most prestigious game moved to France at a time of unparalleled crisis. The European football governing body also expresses concerns with the escalating situation in Ukraine. Together with the French government, UEFA will fully support multi-stakeholders' efforts to ensure the provision of rescue for football players and their families in Ukraine who face dire human suffering, destruction and displacement. Every country has its peculiar system of government. In Nigeria, we practice democracy, and this is applicable in some countries across the globe, including the United States of America. What is democracy? It is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. In the political arena, we are ready to x-ray how we play politics in Nigeria and other countries. The challenge of power shift syndrome, how it has impacted or affected the people. How can we make it better for all? Join Fatima Yakub on Mlc TV online every Saturday by 9 p.m. to discuss and examine all about the politics and the power that be.
Mr. President, I was once there as an opposition senator. There was never a time that we called the president at that time, who was a PDP president, an insult. Because this is our institution, and if we don't conduct ourselves with dignity and respect, nobody will respect us.
The heads of security in Nigeria made several different explanations for killings of our citizens.
The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I hereby forward for the confirmation by the Senate the appointment of the underlisted nominees as National Commissioners and Resident Electoral Commissioner for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
To watch us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mlc TV. Like our Facebook page, Mlc TV, and follow us on our Instagram, Mlc TV 2021. We are here to inform, educate, and to criticize constructively. Don't miss it. And on entertainment. Peaky Blinders stars hit the red carpet for premiere with Helen McCrory. Sadly missing the cast of Peaky Blinders attended a special premiere event ahead of the 6th and final series of the drama airing on BBC on this Sunday. The stars of Peaky Blinders stepped out for the premiere of the show's 6th season at Saint World in Birmingham on Thursday night. Cast members who attended the event made sure they put their glad rags on ready to walk the red carpet to celebrate the final season of the popular drama. Natasha O'Keefe, famed for playing Lizzie Stark, led the red carpet glamour in a black floor-length gown featuring a one-shoulder design. The brunette, 35, added a pop of color to her look with statement earring and styled her hair in a chic updo. Amber Anderson, 29, pulled off a demure style as she dressed in a metallic dress with a leaf print that went down to her ankles and covered her shoulders with puff sleeves. She boosted her height in nude cut heels and enhanced her natural beauty with glowing makeup. Charlene McKenna turned heads in a bright yellow number with a stylish pleating detailing paired with matching heels. The Captain Swing actress, 37, confidently walked the red carpet as she posed up a storm by strutting in front of the cameras with her hand on her hips. Sophia Rondo, famed for playing at the Shelby, glowed as she wore in a pillar box, red dress with bell sleeves and a nipped-in waist. The 33-year-old added a hint of sparkle with gold jewelry and completed her ensemble with black shoes. Kate Phillips, 32, who plays Linda Shelby, showed off her sartorial flair on in-trend wide-leg trousers paired with a bardot top crafted out of a textured material. The acting sensation allowed her garments to do the talking by scrubbing her hair up in a sleek updo. On a sad note, the remains of Pastor Ayodele Adun was laid to rest on the 19th of February 2022 within the church premises of the Millennium Christian Ministry, Lokoja. Men from all walks and life were present to bid him farewell. Family, friends, and loved ones cried that a good man has gone home to meet his Creator. Members of Christian Association of Nigeria, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, bishops and clergymen within and outside the state, Christian artists, and the governor of Kogi State all attended the burial in Lokoja, Kogi State. A reporter tells us more.
Amidst tears and groaning was the body of Pastor Ayodele committed to murder rate. The 3-day burial ceremony at the auditorium of Millennium Christian Ministry, also known as My Father's House, Lokoja, started with a night of music, worship in honor of the man that founded the church 11 years ago. Some of the artists that performed traveled far and near to pay their last respect, described the late clergy as a leader par excellence, a philanthropist and humanitarian. They shared testimonies of him.
Right there in Tournaments, I had joined the commission 1999 December. I'm officially, I joined the commission 1998. Then January 1st became a pastor in the commission. I met Pastor Ayodele. He was a father to us. There were times we couldn't discuss with our senior pastor certain things, but we all run to Pastor Ayodele for counsel, for guidance. We saw his energy, we saw his love, we saw his passion for the kingdom. Pastor Ayodele was a man who believed that anything is possible for God.
We all wish we could make death go away from the face of the earth, but death is sadly part of life and inevitable. Daddy Pastor, as we always call him, was always happy. He was fun to be with. Daddy taught us so many things in life that I cannot even mention, but to say a few. Daddy Pastor taught us to put God first in all we do and to show love to everyone. I cherish the memories we had with him, and I know he is smiling down on all of us right now.
And on the 18th was the service of songs that also attracted KOGI government officials, clergymen, members of the ministry, family and friends. The KOGI State Deputy Governor, Edward Onoja, with his entourage were present to console the immediate family, members of the ministry and the entire people of KOGI State. In his consolation message from the Governor, Yahya Bello, read by Edward Onoja, he described Pastor Ado as a man after God's heart, making reference to his commitment to the things of God and service to humanity.
He is the pastor, a shepherd over this church. Maybe most of you don't really know who he is. And I came to experience who he was shortly before he left us. And I dare say I have not met anyone that is passionate about the needy. I have not met him. As much as Pastor Ayo is or was passionate about the less privileged in the society. It is okay for you to give from what you have. Anybody can do that, sir. But to give from what you do not have, that is the height of Christ-likeness.
On the third day was the funeral service and interment that also attracted men and women from all walks of life. Tributes were read from various denominations.
Again, for someone like me, how can I say I'm paying my last respect when in my heart Adam lives? He's not dead to me, he's alive because he lives in my heart.
We served together in Dunamis, but it was my far city. I just need briefly. But since then, it has been very impactful relationship.
The state government, wife, children also shared.
He worked so closely and so consistently with the God whom he loved so much and who loved him so much in return that one day he simply vanished into him like Enoch did. How then can we who have hope of eternal life allow heaven's gate to become lost to us in these earthly realms? People of God, if truly we are looking forward to God's promise of a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, let us be comforted and join the angels in celebrating the return of his saints home. Let us also continue to pray that when our time comes in the fullness of God's timing, we too may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. Adieu for now, Pastor Ayodele Atun, my friend and my brother. No doubt we shall understand it better in that glorious by and by.
To stay alive, and I am so grateful. We have the rest of our lives ahead of us, the plans and dreams we make. But if left me now for heaven's shores, how deeply my heart grieves and aches on it. You were such a wonderful man, and we shared a special love in life. You were a remarkable man with so much understanding and excellent spirit. You were so loyal, full of integrity, faithful, tenacious, content, and so forgiving. You were the center of my world and one in a million to me. I'm so proud to be called your wife. You believed so much in people and never gave up on anyone. You exhibited the kind of leadership and relationship Jesus had with his disciples. You always inconvenienced yourself to make us and others happy and loved. You were not tribalistic. You hated that spirit of tribalism.
and denominational segregation. You were there for everyone, even to those who were not of the same faith with you. You made everyone so comfortable around you, anyone could approach you. I am so proud of you. Forever you will live on in my heart and mind. Forever you will live in my thoughts and never die. With love always I'll remember you. With fond memories I think of you. With hope I believe we'll meet again in heaven. I am so grateful for the times we had together.
I remember all my visiting days and how you comforted me and my friends. You always made sure you didn't miss any opportunity to come and see me in school. I remember how you always do everything to make all my birthdays memorable. Now you're no longer here to at least wish me a happy birthday, cooking to surprise me, but now you're no longer here. You were so sacrificial, Daddy. You were willing to sacrifice everything to make people around you happy. And I really wish you had stayed a little longer so I could have paid you in 100-fold.
Personality is simplicity and openness. Daddy, you taught me a lot, and I can never forget the values you instilled in me, spiritually and otherwise. I'll never forget all the plans we had. You taught me not to place value on money or more on relationship. You taught me how to cook professionally. You are a wonderful father and dad, and to you, your family was the greatest achievement and assets. You were so selfless and made sure we always had the best of everything. I'll miss your smile, I'll miss your cooking, and most especially, I'll miss your kind heart. The time we spent together was full of fun and important life lessons. And even though it was not enough, I'm confident that God knows best. I'll miss your pranks and the way we used to make noise and sing together. I wish you could watch me grow old so we could sit down together and talk about old people stuff.
I miss my father's sense of humor, and I miss my father's encouraging words. I miss my father's cooking, especially the breakfast he made for us every Christmas morning. I miss the conversations we had in the evenings after he came out from church. And even though he was tired, he always do his best to stay awake during these conversations. My father always looked out for his family, and he constantly went out of his way to make us happy. The warmth that radiated from him could be felt by everyone, and he always made the people around him feel important. He was a giver who gave without a second thought. He encouraged me to be just like him, but I know I have a long way to go. Then, you were one of a kind, and you are truly irreplaceable. You were a lover of God, and you did God's work with dedication and without expecting the applause of men. I know you're in heaven now, resting and singing Hosanna with the angels, but I hope you know that you were loved and appreciated by many. You were a friend to the people that society had given up on. This was evident in prison ministry you pioneered.
Ministers of the Gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ prayed for the immediate family, admonishing them to always focus on the things of God.
Have this robust faith that death has not been able to conquer. Let's give thanks. When loss comes, it's easy for us to overlook. They have known up to this point that the exit of their husband and father and brother will be a door into God's inner room. I recall many times that we have been together, and one which he never seems to forget was when as state camp chairman, the flood had taken over everywhere, and they had to relocate a little further from here. And I just felt it was my duty as state camp chairman to move around and to know how things were with God's people. And part of that took me to where they were. He had not arrived, and since I have many places to touch, I needed to move on. I prayed with them and moved on. He never seemed to get over that. That as insignificant as he thought they were.
It's a general belief that the success of any man, quantity and quality of life one lived cannot be quantified except with the measure and the number of persons one has touched successfully. It's better imagined as hundreds of persons shared how much late Adu touched their lives positively.
And it's been years of learning and training under him. God specifically told me when you work with him, you will proceed for your master's. A year and 5 months after I was done with Pastor I went to the UK for my master's degree. Proceeded for my PhD. And he's been there every step of the way. Pastor I was a man of purpose. And God used him to teach me purpose. And for that, I will forever be grateful. I had another dream while he was still alive. So Pastor Ayo was a man that ministered even in that state, everybody was going through. I was not going through the dream, but he said something just before he left. He said, but you know what to do. So I tell you, he told Bukola and Demide, but you know what to do. That's what your dad told me. And I leave that with you. And to the church, I leave this with you. 2 things. One day he told me many years ago, just before I started MCM, he said, really, I want to be like Jesus. I want to show love like Jesus. And we all agree that we have done that. So please, to honor Pastor Ayo, let us live like Jesus. Let us love like Jesus.
So proud of Ayo. I couldn't have wished for a better than any other brother. You know, we are so proud of him. It was during the coma period we now discovered that Ayo was literally living by faith. When we had to pay bills so much, and I would always ask Messi, bring money now. And there's a your brother now told me the kind of life he was living, sacrificial life, always there for people. And I really thank God for his life.
Pastor Ayo was a friend to all of us.
More was recorded through his foundation that was formally launched for the continuation of the good works they started on the earth before he was called to glory. Amongst outreaches embarked upon by his foundation are provisions of free medical care for less privileged, feeding, back-to-school learning materials, school bags and shoes, visiting and supporting police and prisons, sports activities, moral classes, transport for students in public schools, and an annual Christmas party with orphans in all orphanages in KOGI State. Others are organizing and sponsoring sports activities amongst youths, caring for the widows and widowers, free distributions of desks and chairs in public schools, eye check and provision of correcting lens to affected ones, and celebrating the security agents in the state. Pastor Ayodele Adu was born to the family of late Solomon Osadimawe Adu and Foluke Olatunde Adu on the 3rd September 1968 in Apapa, Lagos, Nigeria. He attended St. Christopher's International School, Isolo, and St. Gregory's College, Lagos. He also passed through FGC Idoni and later the FGC Kaduna and finished in 1984. In that same year, 1984, he gained admission to study agronomy at the University of Ibadan and graduated with a degree in 1989. Pastor Adu, on his death, was the founder and senior pastor of Millennium Christian Ministry. He died on December 26, 2021, after spending months battling full recovery after an accident along Lokoja-Kanaja Road with his car that ran into a station trailer with black foams on the 23rd May 2021. He is survived by his wife, 3 children, aged mother, and siblings.
A lot of Nigerians are losing hope in the country because things are difficult for them. If we will also embrace the standards of God, God will forgive the land and heal the land and begin to bless the land again. No leader can change this land without the help of God.
May his soul rest in perfect peace.
May Pastor Adun's soul rest in peace. and is also a call to our road managers, especially the road safety call, to always ensure faulty trailers or any vehicles are properly parked with caution sign to alert road users. We cannot afford to lose any other person as a result of accident that can be avoided. And that is all we have today. Join us on Monday evening via our YouTube channel, Mlc TV, to watch our news hour. You could also like and follow us through Facebook page Mlc TV, Instagram Mlc TV 2021, and Twitter at Mlc TV 1. For your event coverage, feedback, comment, or contributions, call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. And don't forget our special programs designed to educate, inform, entertain, and reform. The programs are Family Affairs Saturday by 7 p.m., Political Arena Saturday 9 p.m., and Local Government and You. Remember, our news is from Mondays to Fridays. We are Mlc TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Fatima Yakub, and do not forget to be nice to your neighbor to build a happy society together. Have a fruitful weekend. Bye.